Hello everyone. Today we will continue chapter 2, Central Problems of an Economy. Our topic for the day is Production Possibility Curve. In abbreviation, it is referred as PPC. A PPC is a graphical method to study the core economic problem of scarcity and choice. First, let us try to define what is a PPC. It is a curve that shows various possible combination of two goods that can be produced when resources and technology is fully as well as efficiently utilized. A PPC is drawn with certain assumptions. Let us discuss all these assumptions one by one. Our first assumption is, as it is a graphical representation, it can depict only two goods at a time. One good is measured on x-axis and another good on y-axis. Our second assumption is it assumes resources as constant. That is, productive resources can neither increase or decrease. Our third assumption regarding PPC is production technology remains constant, which means that neither there is any kind of advancement in production technology nor there is deterioration in production technology. Later on, what we are going to do in this chapter is we will discuss what happens to a PPC if constancy assumption of technology and resources is removed. But for now, we assume resources and technology as fixed or constant. Let us discuss production possibility schedule. It is just a table showing different possible combination of any two goods that can be produced when resources and technology is fully and efficiently utilized. One such production possibility schedule we are going to discuss today. The table in front of you shows five different combination of bikes and computers. There can be many combination of bikes and computers, but for sake of simplicity, we initially will discuss these five combinations only. If we plot all these combinations on a graph, the resulting curve that we obtain is a production possibility curve. In other words, we can also describe a production possibility curve as a graphical representation of production possibility schedule. In the diagram, production of bikes is measured on y-axis and computers on x-axis. From the diagram of PPC, we can observe many facts. Let us discuss them one by one. AE is our PPC, bounded by two extreme combination of bikes and computers. First is point A, where 14 bikes and no computers is produced. This means that all of our productive resources is employed only in production of bikes, thereby producing no amount of computers. Similarly, at point E, we produce 8 computers, which means that we are employing all our resources in computers and therefore no bike is produced. Now suppose if we transfer some resources from production of bikes to production of computers, say some land, some labor, We can increase production of computers, but we have to decrease production of bikes. We cannot simultaneously increase production of both the goods, as we have assumed our resources and technology constant. We can see this as movement from point A to point B in our PPC. Again, if we move from point B to C and C to D and again from D to E in a similar fashion, it implies that we are transferring resources from production of bikes to production of computers, thereby reducing production of bikes and increasing production of computers. Any point lying outside a PPC like point G is an unattainable combination, which means that it is just a higher combination of production of both the goods, that is in our case bikes and computers, and with our given resources and technology we cannot achieve that. Similarly, any point lying inside a PPC shows inefficient or underutilization of resources. All the points lying on our PPC or any other PPC shows efficient as well as fuller utilization of resources. If a point lies on a PPC, it implies fuller as well as efficient utilization of resources. Let us move to our next topic, that is what happens to a PPC if we drop certain assumptions. Our topic is shift of production possibility curve. Let us recall our four main assumptions, that is only two goods can be produced, full and efficient use of resources and technology, constancy of resources and technology. Now, what happens to our PPC if we drop the assumption of constancy of resources and technology while retaining the two goods and fuller as well as efficient utilization of resources? We retain that but drop the assumption of constancy of resources as well as constancy of technology. What effect it is going to have on our PPC? Let us study that. Say, in first case, if we suppose that there is increase in resources, that is growth of resources, like say increase in physical or human capital, or maybe discovering some new resource, then this will shift our PPC towards right or outward shift of our PPC. This means simultaneous increase in production of both the goods. Similarly, if there is decrease in resources, as can happen with man-made or natural calamity, it results in inward or leftward shift of PPC. As we can see, it implies reduced production of both the goods. Let us talk about change in technology now. If there is, say, advancement in technology, then it results in more production of goods. Now let us talk about another set of goods, say robots and pizzas. Again, we assume that there is improvement in production technology of pizza while production technology of robots remains same. This will result in rotation of our PPC, that is outward movement in the x-axis where we are measuring pizza, and there will be no change in y-axis where we have measured robots, as there is no improvement in production technology of robots. Thank you for the day.